one where the nature, essential nature of truth is revealed, and number two, what happens after the fall of the body. And in verse number 7, he described what happens when a person drops the body. Where does he go? On what basis is his travel? How and why does he pick up rebirth? What is the story about rebirth? What is the you would say that which makes rebirth happen? It's your fixed deposit of merit and demerit that forms the reason for onward journey. As long as I take myself to be a conditioned being, I will always see myself as a doer and an enjoyer. I enjoy experiences in life. I make my enjoyments of my senses as real because I take my doership as real. In other words, as long as I believe I am a doer, I am a doer. I am a doer is different from things get done through me. There's a difference. I am a doer when you say there is a phenomenal ownership. Ownership of the happenings, ownership of your enjoyments in life or lack of them, ownership of the sense pleasures, ownership of the desires, ownership of their fulfillment. This ownership of my successes, ownership of my failures, ownership of my achievements, ownership of my disasters. This ownership makes things so real for me that which I did not anticipate in my efforts, when they begin to happen, I reject, I resist. Things become unacceptable to me because it was not in my choosing. I believe it was not in my choosing, and therefore why did this happen to me? I did not choose the cancer. Why did it happen? I did not choose the weakening of my liver functions. Why did it happen? I did not choose this partner in life, that he was going to die in 1 year of my marriage. Why did it happen? I didn't choose many things in life, and they kept happening. They kept happening. They kept happening. They were telling me something. They were pointing out lessons to show me that it's not that you did not choose. You never experience in life anything that you don't choose. This is law. This is a law of karma that makes it clear that based on the consequence of your choices, you experience the result. Depending on what I do, that doership, the doing leading to a goal, my doing will take me to my goal. There is a connect there. Many a time, the goal that I think should emerge from a certain doinghood doesn't come. Some other goal comes, some other. You go for a dentist appointment because you think you have a bad tooth and you need to work on it. And then he finds out that you have some lump in your ear. You go for something, your purpose is one, but the outcome is something else. Now you're in the operation theatre for something else, not on a dentist chair anymore. So life is always presenting to us unknown experiences, unexpected experiences. What is our lesson in them? What do I understand from this about life? What do I understand? That I choose my future, I choose my outcome, that everything I want will happen the way I want it, when I want it, how I want it. In fact, life is always telling me what you want is not what counts. What really counts is what you have earned. What you have earned in your karmic path is going to decide what you will experience. It's not about your want, it's about your merit and demerit that's going to influence the experience you're going to have in your life. In other words, life is very fair. If I think life is unfair, then we are questioning the justice of the infinite being. Life is fair. My problem is I cannot tolerate it, that's all. My problem is my threshold is not enough to bear the waves of challenging times. That's true. That could be true. That could be a real ground situation. But it is incorrect to conclude that life is not fair. That means I have no faith in the cosmic justice. I have no faith in the laws of this creation. I have no faith in the cosmic intelligence, which is a provider, which is fair to all of life. And so, I need to re-look at how I perceive my own life experiences, how I perceive them. This mantra number 7 makes it very, very clear, as we saw in the last session, that we get in life everything that we get, the time we are born, the place we are born, the family members with whom you arrive, the people you meet in your life, the kind of give and take that happens, all these choices we make, all the interactions we have, if we can understand, all of that is here to teach us how to choose and choose better and better. The more my choices are aligned to harmony, the better will be my outcomes. Because harmony will only give you back harmony. You give pain, you will get back pain. If you tell me, no Ammaji, I never hurt anybody, but the world hurts me. I don't harm people, but people seek me out and come to harm me. Sometimes you have experiences like that. What does that mean? That can only mean that this life you chose not to hurt, you grew wiser, you became more mature, but you don't know your previous lifetimes, what you did, what kind of a mafia don you were. We don't know. You don't know. And maybe those souls are coming back to you to give you back the language you gave them. Who knows? Who knows? If you were to give benefit of doubt to the cosmic intelligence and cosmic justice, then the only explanation for this is, maybe in the past I did something and earned certain demerit which I am experiencing today with these afflictions that I have, And therefore, how do I face the demerit-based experiences? How do I face? How do I address these challenges that come to me, for which I find my energy, my threshold is low to deal with it? What do I do? What will empower me now to face the fire, that's burning me? And this is where your spirituality will come to your aid. This is where all these teachings come to our aid, when you know your core is this higher self, connected with the universe. Then when your demerits begin to manifest, you are willing to let go. You are willing to see it as part of your own karmic path. We have an expression in India, when something goes wrong, we say, my karma, my karma. You don't say my karma, no, say my karma, what to do. I did this. That's why I'm in this place, my karma. People, is very common because there's no one to blame. Neither you blame yourself, but it's something to acknowledge that I have called this, I have asked for this, and hence I am facing it. And therefore, the way to ride such challenging times spiritually, of course, pranically you can breathe deep and so on and so forth, but spiritually we have a great strength in a quality called forgiveness. There is no power equal to forgiveness that is in every one of us. No power. It is the greatest power we have. This one sadhana, this one thought system, if I can imbibe, cultivate, a lot of my anxiety and stress and lack of peace will be gone by simply owning up forgiveness. Why? Because first of all, you will lose this pressure to think you were a victim of circumstances. The victim psychology doesn't stand ground when there is forgiveness in the heart. Number one. Number two, in forgiveness, Actually, you give your soul the freedom. In lack of forgiveness, you carry the pain. Lack of forgiveness weighs down my heart. My memories remind me again and again of how much wrong was done. I cannot let go. Forgiveness is that great blessing, the biggest blessing sitting in your own soul, which every human being has. With this forgiveness tool, what happens, you drop that memory. You allow it to be a matter of the past. You start living more in the present. You release your own soul from the trap of pain. You release your soul when you forgive. It's so powerful, Forgiving the other who has done you wrong, there is no equal power to that. And in Vedanta we go one more step. I forgive myself also. I forgive myself for inviting the other one in such a nasty manner towards me. This same person who's an angel to somebody else, in my presence he became a devil. There's something about me that invoked the devil in him. I don't want to think of myself that way, it hurts. But is it not true? Even the same person who in your presence was that angel, in your own presence has now become a devil. What is that flipped? Somewhere I have participated with this soul in very deep ways, if not now, before. Maybe we had to meet again to face each other eye to eye and settle our issues. Maybe that's why we came so close. We became one, and then it was loggerheads. We don't know. And so forgiveness is not only for the other, forgiveness is for me. I need to forgive myself. To the extent I am kind to myself will be the extent to which I will be kind in forgiving the other. If I am forgiving the other and hard on myself, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. I won't heal. I acknowledge with humility, with prayer in my heart, seeking strength to heal the pain that I have, I forgive myself as I forgive the other for whatever has happened that is not acceptable to me. You understand? Forgiveness is the greatest tool to falsify the false. We make the false so real and ground it so much that it remains, these aches and pains remain with me for a lifetime, sometimes multiple lives. But in forgiveness, in letting go, that willingness to let go, all of these efforts, whether it is at the physical level, psychological level, pranic level, spiritual level, whichever be the level, life is about going with the flow. We can never go with the flow if you don't let go. And so, what is the truth of life? It is not what happened, remember? It's not the past. That is the truth of life. It is not the future that is the truth of life, what will happen. The truth of life is what is happening now. It's always now.